Oops, forgot to start the recording and now I started it. So hello ladies who are watching us. Sorry, I forgot about the recording. Okay. Let me put you together. Yeah, let it be this way. Christina, Marina, and Tatiana, can you work together? And Evgenia and Alessa, two of you ladies, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
To think of the fact. All right, okay. I should say that I'm learning Italian, but please don't ask me to say anything in Italian. I'm not ready because I'm just a starter. So how about you? What is your fact?
My fact, I haven't had a single drop of alcohol for almost 8 years.
Oh,
And I like the facial expression on your face, ladies. Yes, it is not something I usually share with people, like people I've just met, but the more the person or people get to know me, then they understand or realize, or I share the fact that I do enjoy teetotal life, and I have been doing so almost for 8 years. So yeah.
that sounds great. Well,
Yeah,
was it a challenge for you at the beginning? Now I think it's fine. Now I think you got used to it. But was it a challenge at the beginning? Not just to drink a lot, but just to have a glass of wine when everyone else is doing so.
No, I actually, I think that.
Yeah, that was quite an experience. So yeah.
Okay.
That's random fact.
Well, I can share something maybe really surprising, and it's something that I haven't shared with people for quite a while because it's something, I don't know, like I actually used to teach Spanish for a little while. And the reason why I don't share it because I never felt that I kind of deserved to be a Spanish teacher. I was taking classes and my teacher, she was the owner of this language school and she offered me, and I was first kind of reluctant to take the position, but then okay. So I gave in, and I actually, even one of my students, she now lives in Spain and she's married to a Spanish guy. So I actually managed to help people. But now it's ancient history. I can't, I think, speak Spanish now at all, but just, yeah, I had this experience. But it is something a bit embarrassing for me to share because I just, okay, I maybe had the beginning of B2 level when I was teaching, so yeah.
Yeah, with two languages, it's usually hard. And when you teach somewhere, if your, I don't know, administration learns or finds out that you know some second language, then they will of course give you some extra hours, extra working hours. But yeah, actually, I have already mentioned that I'm also a German teacher, but yeah, I'm also reluctant to conduct any German lessons because I'm still not confident enough to call myself a professional German teacher, so to speak, because I lack practice and I didn't have so many students, and so much practice again, so much experience. And with the German language, it's a little bit different because I started learning it, like studying it at university. I've been studying it for more than 6 years, but it's a little bit different. So the language that I know, the academic language, it doesn't suit the needs of the students that I had at school, and I had to change, a lot my even attitude to teaching, I would say, because so just hard to explain, but yeah, with the German language, with the second language, it's usually much harder, and now I'm afraid of losing my knowledge. But on maternity leave, it's hard to keep up with everything, with 2 languages, with everything. Just
I already said bye-bye to my Spanish.
I don't want to do so.
Well, I think your German is just way better than my Spanish. But the problem is that with Spanish, for example, when you teach English, your students are still exposed to English. Even if they don't do anything, still they can pick up some words, at least by listening to some songs. Of course, we have Spanish songs, but most of them, so girls, I know that maybe you love some Spanish songs, but mostly they are like pornographic. I'm sorry. Like it's really
I see.
oh, and it's really funny to see videos of children, dancing to this music when you know what is it about. But so my students, they didn't have any practice outside the class, and they progressed very, very slow. So the only exception was this lady who managed to move.
My room is a relaxation room where I can spend time on my own with my thoughts, and that is closely connected with the dreams room and plans for the future room, because all of these aspects are interrelated. How about you?
I was initially thinking that it is a study, but as soon as I heard the idea of a dream room, I understood that I would love to steal this idea, because I do believe that I work a lot, and I am in the process of trying to review my life work balance. So the dream room appeals to me more, but it would be a combination of a study room where I have got my desk. It is light. I never use curtains in my life. I only have light ones. So it is light, spacious, with really high ceilings, and I would love to have a comfortable chair there, desk, some pictures, maybe of the places I have visited so far, or some posters. Like I have a wall here with picture posters with some sayings as well. Just some motivational one. So something like that. What version? Share back to the person. What's your version of that
point? And you can see how like what a huge difference there is between your passive and active vocabulary. Like when I read, I can pretty much understand everything without using the dictionary much. But if I start speaking, I'm like, how to say, well, like, a very simple word just slips my mind. So yeah. That's a fun fact that I can read like Rhythm of a Sun in the original, but I can't present myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's home.
That's it. But if I have some time in the future, I will definitely like continue learning it, because I love French. It's
Catch up
beautiful.
on the lost opportunity to learn it properly.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it's kind of noisy. Yeah, because everyone's talking around. So I'm gonna mute
I can't
myself.
hear anything.
You're perfect.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a constant buzz. I can't hear my thoughts. I'm on a train.
Yeah, we see, but it's okay.
Okay, fine.
To these rooms.
Sorry?
Yes. By the way, we have to complete the task.
Yeah,
Okay, which rooms? I'm sorry.
My little harbor. So that's my home, that's my personal space, and I love it here.
Well, I also have occasional visitors to my little harbor. And well, when they live, and after some time, I feel disappointed and I have some regrets about having invited them, because I can see that they have removed some things from their usual places, or they've been drinking, they have left some stains here and there, and all of these things, they disappoint me. And I think like, well, should really other people get into if they are not accurate, they're not attentive, they are not careful about my space, about the space which I have created for my family.
They don't treat it with respect.
Yeah, I do hope, I always hope that people treat this place with respect, but I do not see, like, I do not feel that they do it enough, not enough for me. Or maybe I'm just picky, maybe I'm too attentive to details, or it's just because it's my space and that's why I'm so concerned about it.
Do you live on your own?
No, I have a family.
Uh-huh.
I have a family, I have 3 pets.
Okay.
So, and I believe that that little harbor, that place is just enough for 3 people and 3 pets and no one else. Because if other people turn up, they are like, or they might, well, do some harm. Yeah, if I can put it generally like this, yeah. Or I always don't feel at ease because I keep feeling concerned about what they might do to whatever happens here, or I'm worried about cats because cats are not happy about visitors and they are quite nervous when someone else is in here. So that's it. Or maybe that is because years pass, and when we are younger, we look at it in a different way. But I remembered like big companies of people come into my place, and I didn't see, and afterwards I didn't see any changes, and nothing concerned me. I just cleaned up, and that's it. And now I just see it differently. I'm not sure if it is about the age, if it is about the years, or about the just general situation. Okay.
I do like throwing parties and inviting people and sharing food. And I do believe that sometimes I have got a slight OCD with the tiredness and things being kept at the right place. By the way, there is a joke I really liked when 2 people are meeting up and one is asking another, do you have OCD? And the other one says, yes, but I prefer to call it CDO. I like things in alphabetical order. So I think I might be sometimes the second one, but when I have got those days when people come for barbecue, lunch, or something like this, I don't mind the mess. I feel like it is a part of life, and they bring joy to my life. I don't do it, I do it only when I have resources, when I have energy to share. And this is the beauty of being alone and making choices when and who I would like to see. So
that's an interesting way of looking at it, like making mess and people making mess at your place.
Yeah, I needed some source of inspiration. But now I think that, if we enter this room, we will hear some music, pleasant music, and it will be also quite light, yeah, inside. Then what else? I imagine it somehow with I don't know, some boxes with ideas written on some pieces of paper. I don't know why. Maybe some treasure box, Yeah. What else? Some pictures, some pieces of art. That's for sure. So I think that we will find there a lot of what? Like maybe plants. Yeah, some cozy couch. And so
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tanya, kind of.
trying, doing my best. Yeah.
Have you managed to share your rooms, Christina, Tanya, and Marina? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I heard creativity room from Tanya, the dreams room from Alessia, the rest room from Evgenia. Christina, what was your room?
Well-being.
Well-being room.
Yeah, or mental health, I don't know, something like that. With
Okay.
a lot of cats, and
Okay.
books.
That's the books. Okay.
I'd like to visit it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can steal it from Christina and create your own one.
No, we'll be just waiting for an invitation.
Well, it's a long way, to Siberia.
Okay.
So
And what was
who
Marina's room?
knows? Also creativity room.
Creativity?
Yes.
Creativity. Okay, so creative mode in summer. Interesting. All right. Okay, ladies, what do you think? Would you be able to use this activity with all of your students? Or would
Not
it be
with all
too
of them.
much?
Levels.
Oh,
Depends on levels, yeah.
And they should have a particular mindset, I would say, and way of thinking rather,
Ready to share.
Ready to share, yeah.
and imagination, rich imagination.
Yeah.
I have noticed recently with one of my students that, like teachers, I mean, all of us, we are generally a bit more creative than like people of some other professions because, like, we have to come up with different tasks and activities and tailor classes and so on. But I've noticed how some students are like not creative at all. And so I always make this mistake, like I continuously make the mistake of giving my students tasks with like even a little bit of creativity. And then again and again, I wonder how they don't really get it like at all. Even if it's like just come up with an example and they say, oh, but I can't come up with an example. And now I understand that sometimes you have to go really, really simple without any creativity, even just like, a little bit of it. So,
Yeah.
but with some students, it definitely works, but it's the minority. I mean, according to my experience, that's usually the minority.
I do agree with that you should know your students, like feel them. And you definitely wouldn't give this activity at the beginning of the course or with the new students, right? Well, from my personal perception, that
They
would
should get used to it, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. To you, to other people, if that's a group.
I suppose it can also depend on the age of the student.
Definitely.
Because according to my
Teenagers.
experience, again, the older the student is, the more problems they have with getting creative. So if your student is like about 50, you better not try. I mean, unless you know that your student is creative. I mean, Yeah, I mean, just be extra careful with that.
Exactly. But I think with teenagers, for example, they wouldn't work either. They would be like, what sort of rules are you talking about, girl? Come on. Like they wouldn't get it, I think.
It depends.
Depends, yeah. Maybe with some it would. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Talking about other activities that we actually tried with you. And this is the task that we haven't finished during our class. So let's complete it right now, ladies. We are going to evaluate the activities that we tried with you. And I prepared some criteria here for you. So you will have to be a teacher, okay, giving marks, but not to each other, but to the activities. What are the criteria? 1 second, Mira is playing up again for some reason. For example, remember this activity about the statements and the, what do we call it? Opinion gallery. Opinion. Yes. So what do you assess? Whether it's a law preparation activity, how much time would it take? Does it involve sharing personal information? You know, so you put 5 out of 5 if it involves sharing personal information, and 0 if it doesn't. Does it promote cooperation? Again, it doesn't really matter whether you are teaching individuals or groups. Cooperation with you, if we are talking about individuals, doesn't matter. Is it suitable both for individual and group classes? And does it involve active listening? Because all kind of activities may well involve active listening, right? Okay, we will again work in 2 groups. I think let me put Evgenia and Christina together. So you ladies are a blue team. You use blue sticky notes. Can you please choose a secretary who is going to put marks on mirror? Okay. Evgenia, Christina, you choose yourself. And Tatiana, Alessia, and Marina, you ladies work together and you are the white team. Okay, so you use white sticky notes. Take activities in any order, but again, don't get stuck because you have a lot of work here, you see. You have
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8.
And how much time do we have to complete
I
this
will not
task?
set the timer because I don't know how much time it's going to take you. I think around 20 minutes. 20 minutes is maximum for us, okay? When you are evaluating the activity, you have to find a common ground. So you cannot agree to disagree. You have to agree, okay? and find some common solution and give a mark together. Like during the exam, Evgenia knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there are 2 examiners might put marks, and then just we have to count what is going to be their average mark for the
Exactly.
student.
That's what I'm talking about. So if you have very different opinions, this is what you do. You just count the average. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, Christine and Evgenia, the blue team, Alessia, Tatiana, and Marina, the white team. Let's get started. 20 minutes.
Like this scale, like
Dasha, can we ask you for giving us rights to screen share because Marina can't access the materials.
Yes. Now you can screen share actually, but I will also share the screenshot.
Great, thank you. Yeah, it
sorry,
would be...
this is the wrong one. I'm gonna screen share, or
yes. For Marina, I think that it will help a lot.
I think this one,
Okay, so we are starting with the first activity, and one more question. So low prep 5 is for like it's
Low
it
prep.
takes
Low, okay.
It takes minimum time to prepare
Mhm.
this activity.
and one is the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we
No.
steal this template, yeah, it means that it is low prep. But if we have to come up with whatever you have spent time on,
So if we use artificial intelligence or ChatGPT for creating the statements, yeah, and maybe add something or vice versa, like change it a little bit, then I would say that it's quite low prep, maybe
Yeah,
4
ladies.
out of 5.
Yeah, you do not take design into consideration, just
Okay.
the task itself. Imagine that the templates you have them. Well, not imagine, you have them actually.
okay.
The
Do you
only
agree that it's 4 out of 5?
Yeah, I do agree, but I somehow cannot type
It's
on this mirror board.
me neither.
1 second, let me change it. Excuse me.
Maybe the other group has got the same issues.
Yes, I also cannot do that.
You can reload the page.
Oh,
You can type.
so who's going to make
I will
notes?
type it, but let's just
About next involves sharing personal information.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you now type? I changed.
Yeah, let's try. I think
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's try. 4. Yeah, it works.
Okay, so you are a secretary, yeah?
It's all right if you don't mind.
Of course. Personal information, I would also opt for 4. When you discuss statements, you share a lot of personal information, yeah, like your opinion, but maybe not 5, because it's up to the statements, yeah? It's up to the topic which you discuss.
And it's up to a student. People are likely to share something personal, but some keep being reserved for as long as possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Cooperation.
So what do you think? For me, it's hard to tell because I only use this with my individual students. And well, there is a lot of cooperation between us, between 2 of us, me and my students, of course, but just that it's...
I have to be the center of cooperation with individual students. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of tasks in books start with work in pairs or work in groups and so on. Well, I would say that's 4. Because if we talk, presumably, if we talk about the groups, if people are active and talkative and quite self-confident, they will keep being the same, yeah, while doing this activity. And if someone is kind of reserved, they will just say, yes, no, I'm here, I agree, I disagree, and that's it. But still it gives them time to practice. It gives them a chance to speak and to exchange with the partner, the group. So do we put 4 here?
Yeah, let's put 4. I remember us discussing this activity, and I remember that we shared a lot, between each other.
Teachers are likely to do that. Teachers are talkative. That's it.
And active listening.
I thought that when you cooperate,
but you
do
listen to
something
each
together.
other and agree or disagree or maybe add something. It's a kind of a cooperation. No, it's not like you express your opinion and then go silent.
You still have to listen and to give some feedback or
I mean, like in every conversation, but we don't have the task, for example, then share something about your partner. Because, I mean, if we had this, it would mean that they have to listen carefully. But in this case, I mean, if we just look at the task, they don't have to listen carefully. I mean, it's not mentioned. But, well, I mean, we presume that they do. So I would say it's like 4.
Okay, so you suggest that we go for 4 or 3? Oh, like out of 5.
I would just say, I mean, what is the difference between cooperation and communication? If there is some difference, then it's a 3. If there isn't, then it's a 4. Okay, I can go with 4. I'm okay.
Okay, sharing personal information, 4 or 5, girls?
4.
4. We are gonna go 4. Moving on. suitable for both individual and group classes. What do you say?
It's
I'll
less
go
suitable
3 or
for
2.
individuals. I would
Yeah.
say, yeah.
Other for groups.
I would say it's better, yeah, in groups. So,
Even, yeah, if you're together with your student, but you have like 2 circles, you and your teacher,
That's
it's
strange.
just, suppose it's not worth it. Like the whole design is not worth it.
so shall we go
But
for 3?
you,
Yeah, so I think it's kind of,
yeah, but we still can implement it
yeah.
in our
Mhm.
individual classes. Yeah, just bring some variety.
Involves active listening.
Yes, 3 or 4.
I would
My
say
opinion.
4. In a
Or
perfect
okay.
world.
What information they have derived from the article itself.
Yeah, 3, I guess. Let's
Three.
put.
Mhm.
I agree with you here. Okay.
Promotes cooperation. Mhm.
Well, again, I would say that here maybe not that much cooperation. Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe also 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I would put 3. Either we might add some additional tasks if we are so cooperation centered in this activity. But well, it is mainly reading and looking at the new vocabulary items. It's not mostly based on speaking and exchange. I think so. Okay, both individual and group.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do some of these tasks here with my individual.
Mhm. 5, okay.
Mhm.
Involves active listening. Listening.
No, I don't think.
I don't think so.
By the way, no, look,
Mhm.
here we have actually this listen, reflect, and share.
Mhm. I
Uh-huh.
have, yes, I can see it better now because I had a stripe with all the things we might do with it while we're typing. Yeah, now I can see answers a question, listens carefully, then reflects.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's actually 5. I would give it 5
does.
because
Yeah, 5 of 5.
Mhm.
Okay, yes, 5 of 5. Yeah, we're ready with that one.
Mhm.
So, moving on to
To this interactive read, right?
Okay, let's do that.
Mhm.
Read.
So what do you think?
There. Так, let me just have a quick look at the tasks. Yeah, I remember we read it. Some phrases were underlined, and we had to assess whether we really relate to it, whether this is not actually the case for us, and so on. Moving and to move the face, yeah, or to use the right emoji. Yeah, I can remember it now. Yeah, is it? Yeah, low preparation time. I don't believe it.
I think we need Dasha's help.
Okay, we'll come back to Dasha
here.
cooperation.
Yeah,
Help us.
yeah.
What
How
is
do we define
what cooperation stands for?
The students work with each other together.
Work like communicate or
Like you work right now. They work
Okay.
together.
so they discuss basically. Yeah, discuss something.
Yeah, and they not only discuss, but they have to find a solution probably.
Common ground.
Yeah, common ground probably. Yeah, like for example, when they have to paraphrase the sentences using a structure. So one student suggests their opinion, another student suggests another opinion, and they have to cooperate to find a better version. This would be cooperation. This activity that we haven't tried with you, like text to self, text to text, text to word, this is more about sharing, communication, I think. You don't really have to cooperate here. You just share your take on the text,
So
right?
maybe 3, then not all of these tasks involve
So we
Oh,
have paraphrasing,
much.
finish sentences with your own ideas, yeah? Agree or give your opinion and translate. So there are 4 here tasks.
Not so much cooperation, I would
I
say.
mean, another thing is that, well, it's not everything is on the slide itself is like written, because, for example, when we discussed it, Dasha asked everybody, and then everybody gave their opinions and so on. And that's one thing, but what is written in the task is like, think how you can translate, or what is it? I'm sorry, I can't see the screen now, but it wasn't, it's not mentioned that you have to discuss it, I think. So, I mean, it should be like, we should remember how we did it, right?
Yeah, probably. I think this task personally, it doesn't really promote a lot of cooperation. I would say 2 out of 5.
I mean, just because you don't write all instructions to a T, I mean, then you, in speaking, you also explain
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
So I think that we as teachers tend to cooperate more, and we all want to express our opinions. But if we take this task and implement it in our classroom, then we should, go rather towards this direction. Like whether it will promote cooperation in our classroom if we use this task. Yeah. So
Okay,
I would
guys,
go
we need
for 3 or 2.
3 or 2.
Maybe yes, maybe 2, because mostly like
Okay,
students can
2.
give their options, but
You can see vocabulary nook
Mm.
and also the stickers with,
Yeah, teachers be like, yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Do you
Uh,
Question about this activity?
No.
we are making sure that we are on the same page,
Yeah.
in terms of navigating the board.
Yes, right. Mhm.
Low. So I don't think that it's very low prep, because you have to come up with a story, and even if you generate it, even if you ask ChatGPT to generate it, you still have to tweak something probably, yeah,
Mhm.
for the story to sound, I don't know,
Yes, right.
to
Okay.
make sense.
Mhm.
What do
So
you
we
think?
are looking now, I felt that, or even the one which is on the left from I felt that. I'm still looking.
I thought that we are
Just be
looking.
like, teachers be like, yeah, I can see you here. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah. I believe that is that doesn't take much time. Again, if you have a list of vocabulary from the previous lessons, or if you take this vocabulary list from a book or from some other resource, then the time of preparation is low. I would say 3.
3, yeah, I would agree with 3. Only because I use ChatGPT for generating stories. Because if I come up with a story myself, I would put 1.
Yes, right. Okay.
I actually took this story, well, it was based on the article. It was a cool article, a cool paragraph in the article, and it just, was based on the article.
All right. So involves sharing personal info. Well, it is.
From students' points of view, like they are just listening and eliciting the vocab.
Okay. Not sharing too much, you mean?
By the way, we have here
There are
discussion.
questions. Yes, there are 4 questions.
Yeah, then yeah, I agree.
So do we put 5 here? Do you agree?
Yeah, maybe, yeah, because the questions are rather personal, yeah.
They are personalized, yeah, sure. Promotes cooperation. It does promote cooperation. As long as, well, the students have something to say. Yeah.
But maybe not common, because they are also listening to each other. Like they are not supposed to come, like to find common ground or to solve a problem together. Yeah.
I see what you mean. So then 4.
Yeah, maybe 4, 3, 3.5.
Oh, 3.5. That's a good idea. So, suitable, but well, why shouldn't we try that? 3.5? No. No. Okay, 3.5. Yeah, it works. So, suitable for both.
Won't take too much time. So let it be a 4.
Okay,
Agree?
involves, yeah, sharing. Girls, I don't
Okay.
know anything. I didn't have a chance to watch it.
Ah,
Sharing
promote
personal-
cooperation. Yes,
Well, I
because
think it doesn't because it's only about reading. I think, or where is we
only
had this task like I think we had a task share how far you agree, but I don't see it here.
if we don't take that, then yes,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah,
promote
if we don't have it,
cooperation.
then it's the two.
Okay, and we skipped involves sharing personal information.
Yeah, I'm talking
No.
about that. That's a two.
So you don't share anything personal here.
It's not mentioned in the task. It's like react to the ideas in the article using the emojis. And
No
what
personal
else?
info. You are not to share anything here.
No, maybe
So-
occasionally.
We only read it.
It's usually
So
That's
1,
all.
2, 1.
1.
Okay.
And promote
Um,
cooperation also 1.
and go. Sorry, girls. Can you scroll down? Is that?
That's it. That's the end. That's the whole one. You see?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
In this case, it's mostly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't hear Marina again.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So cooperation
1.
1.
Yeah,
Mhm.
to implement some vocabulary from the previous lesson plus the adjectives from the sticker. So is it so? Is the preparation time so low?
I think it's low prep. Like you take this picture basically as a teacher. It's low. But for students, it's not low prep.
Yeah, it will take them.
About teachers.
Yes. Think about teachers. Then 5. Yeah, low. Really.
Yeah.
It takes little time to prepare as long as you have this picture or some other pictogram or whatever. So involves sharing personal info. It does. Christina, do you agree with 5 for sharing personal info?
Yeah, of course, hands down. I remember being quite vulnerable with Alina. Yeah, we shared some personal information.
Promotes cooperation.
Mm.
People get to know each other better. Maybe look at each other differently.
Yeah, and like you also listen very actively. Not only do you have to listen actively, but you also have to like pay attention to the vocabulary the person is using.
Yeah. So we say 5, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
That's fine. So sit here. Yeah. Suitable for both individual and group classes.
Yeah, I would say so, but I think here, if you work with individual students, I'm thinking of doing it, and I'm thinking that I'll also have to share my story, because I feel that with individual students, sometimes it can feel like when you only ask questions, it can feel that you already know everything, but they don't know anything about you and they don't feel safe. Yeah.
Yes, fine. It might be. So you see, I think there are 2 sides of this coin. On one hand, I'm with you when you say that it's not fair. Maybe it's not fair, or the student might feel uncomfortable when they have to share personal information all the time, and you keep like you are reserved. You do not say anything about yourself.
My
Go for
opinion,
1.
it is 1. I just
1.
admire Dasha for
1.
coming up with this, and I think it is super
I would also go
time-consuming.
for time-consuming, right? 1.
Sharing
Okay, involves sharing personal information. 1,
Zero.
Zero.
0.
Zero.
Promote
Only
cooperation.
if we talk about the questions that we were supposed to answer in the chat, then we are to share our personal info sometimes. But
But yeah,
it
it's not on
depends.
the screenshot.
On the screenshot, no. Then
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Zero.
cooperation 2 because you have to put emojis, but that's it.
2 cooperation.
But it can be a 2.
1.
Two, okay.
Well, because
Or one.
emojis.
Emojis, maybe one.
1.
One.
Well, but it's not
That's only
0 because
cooperation.
emojis.
1.
Yes.
Okay, 1.
Suitable for both individual and
Suitable
group.
for everybody.
I think for one person, it
No,
just
it's
doesn't
too
make sense. I wouldn't do it
time
for a
consuming.
single person.
It's
Yeah.
really going the extra mile.
It's like
extra
never
mile.
mind food spoon feeding. It is like you just
Remember, you listen here, you little student.
I think here it would be breastfeeding, never mind spoon feeding.
No, let it be one. Okay, involves active listening. No, zero.
If you just
But only if we are listening to the speaker.
Yeah, okay, but
One.
2.
Yeah, but 1.
One.
One. Okay.
Quite a useless activity, it turns out, yeah? It doesn't score much.
I mean, if you find the video just occasionally, yeah, that's really cool. If you have to look for it deliberately, that's hell.
Girls, we are moving on to the boxes.
Sheep.
Okay, you want sheep. Okay.
If we have a template, then it's low prep, quite low prep.
But I would say 2 because we still have to prepare.
Questions.
Yeah.
Well, 2.
I would even give 3.
Oh no, 3.
3. You still have to come up, with the vocabulary, you revise the way you put it.
We have a listening task there anyway, so there are 2 tasks. So yeah, I agree. I agree, 3. Involves sharing personal info.
Well, it's 5.
How far do you agree? Talk about some new tools.
Classroom, teachers. It's basically it's all about our experience, teaching experience. Is it personal info?
Yes, it is.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Not, anything.
Maybe 3?
3? Person 3?
I would say 3.
I'm up for it. Promote cooperation. Come on,
As we did it, we cooperated, we discussed it.
Yes, definitely.
But if we implement it into individual class, with individual students, if we use it, then less cooperation.
So,
well, I think it's a 4 because it's not like much of a teamwork, but one person can drag sheep, the other can read.
But then we discuss as well, yeah? So, yeah.
Okay, again.
Yeah,
so, okay, for
individuals.
A lot of, but still.
Individual and group. Timekeeper, note taker, summarizer. Of course, all these roles will not be fulfilled. But a teacher might act out as a timekeeper, and then a student takes notes and then summarizes.
Oh, that would be really bizarre.
So, well, do we say 4 here? No, because we will need to restructure that for individuals.
Evgenia, I would go with, I don't know, 2 maybe. I just, well, you can argue with me.
Okay.
I just don't really see how I, for example, can apply it as much as I'd love to my individual lessons. It's very difficult.
It is also, well, my concern is that there can be too many questions for one student. they will get tired of sharing, speaking, talking. It might be like, well, from my experience, there may be a question which is really the right one, and the students keeps talking, getting from one topic to another, and you just don't stop them, you just actively listen and you support and so on. But then there's another question and they say, what am I supposed to say here? I think it's so clear. There's nothing to be added and so on. Like they might not feel sharing. So let's put 3 then, yeah? Just because I think that activity works perfect in groups.
Yeah, but why 3? Like, I don't know. Maybe. Well, if you insist, we can put 3, of course. Just
Okay, you are for 2. You are for 2.
yeah, just for individual students to take roles. How are they supposed to do that?
Like I speak, then I summarize, then I take
Yeah,
notes.
that's very strange.
Wearing all the possible hats. Okay. I see your point. Involves active listening.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
you're a note taker or a summarizer, then well, it definitely
The way I
Listen to
felt.
the venting about something, jot down some phrases
Yeah,
that
I felt
pique your
that.
interest.
Uh-huh.
The last one, vocabulary presentation using a personal story. Personal story.
Oh, wait a second. What about the I have felt that?
I skipped that. I have felt that that's
Well, it's low
that's
prep,
low prep.
definitely.
Uh-huh.
Yes, 5. Personal
5.
info, 5.
10 out of 5, yeah. Too
Then
personal.
promotes cooperation, not really. So we just share and then we change. We take
So
some
what do
other
you give for
stickers.
cooperation, girls?
Not 2 or 3.
Not 2.
2. Let it be 2.
Okay. Suitable for individual and group classes.
Yes.
Yes.
Quite suitable.
5. Okay.
But I
Involves
think that's,
listening.
okay.
I'm planning to use it for individuals to test it further
Yeah.
before
Yes.
I think that it can work if you are really close,
yeah.
because if all people share their feelings, that's kind of fine. But if you alone have to do it, it's, I don't know.
And active listening.
But if you give an example, why not?
Maybe,
If your topic is emotions, then it's supposed to be like that. You are to
okay,
share
only
something.
if your topic is emotions, yeah, maybe.
It's not like random, maybe, but in terms of, or maybe, you got the idea, I guess.
So I'm putting active listening 5.
Okay.
Because you get involved when we discuss emotions, share something personal.
Yeah, you are not like silent. You listen to another person. You react. You relate or not. So
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, thanks for sharing. Now it's my turn.
Moving on, yeah.
Moving on, the next one.
Next one.
Time is money. Okay. The last one.
I don't know this one. It was the lesson I missed again.
So just a
I
few
would say
questions about our inner state.
2
Yeah,
out of
inner
5.
state.
It's not low prep.
Not
It's not low prep. 2 out of 5? Okay.
Let it be 2. Involves sharing personal info, definitely 5.
Yeah. Yes.
Cooperation, I think yes, because it's again about feelings and emotions, and we still are to give some feedback.
Okay. Suitable for individuals and yeah, girls, we have quickly 2 more. Individuals, group classes.
Like to answer. Not everything. Okay. So what do we put here? 3?
I don't know. I would put like 4 or 5 here. Just something that I do with my individual students as well.
4, and involves active listening.
What do you think?
Active listening. Well, if you give such a task and then they have to retell what they have heard, or at least to mention the phrases being used while others were answering, then it's possible to use active listening here.
Mhm.
Depends on the tasks you include a lot, right?
Okay.
You may
So
come up.
do we put here 5 or 4? Okay, Christina, what would you say?
Maybe let's put 4. Yeah.
All right. So let's check if we are done with all of those. I believe we haven't looked at,
Telegram revision.
yeah, Telegram revision. This
And then-
lady.
And then,
It will
ladies,
learn-
when you're ready, sorry to interrupt, can you please count total the points in each section? Okay, yeah.
in each section.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. For example, mini revision, yeah, you have 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4, like,
All right.
and note somewhere the total for each section. Okay.
Yeah. So, Telegram revision.
Curiosity. Dasha, we got lost with the next task, so we are improvising.
Yes. Can you please total the points in each section? So, for example, for the opinion gallery, yes, what do you have?
So we need
4
to,
plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. Can you please count
Okay.
the total for each?
8,
section.
16.
Who is good at counting?
I'm gonna do that.
Calculator.
So for
Great.
16 plus 3, 19.
Okay.
19. And I'm gonna change the color so it is visible. Next one, we have this one. 2 plus 5, 10, 22. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Yet to see it. This
But
one,
evaluated
5,
25?
5, 22. Here as well.
Where are you doing that? On the last sticker?
Yeah, I just
22.
put it in the corner. No, I'm doing it for each activity. You know what I
Yes?
mean?
Should it be
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, that's the way. Yes, you should.
Yeah.
As I understand,
Ah.
for each
That's how-
activity, yes, you have to
yeah.
count it. I'm sorry, just
Ah.
girls, one
for each activity, right?
Okay.
6, 4, 6,
Never mind.
10, 15. Wow, 15. It's interesting, you know, the scores now.
And what about the other group? Why?
Because we are
the,
ahead,
no.
girls. We are
Yes?
the leaders. Yes, we overtook them.
Oh, great.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
So I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay.
And this one, 3, 3, 6, 10, 20. Wow. Telegram channel is a lot of work, Dasha. That's what I felt.
Absolutely unnecessary, right?
I mean, it is necessary, but I can feel, you know, your extra mile walk. I can sense, I can taste the, you know, time and effort
Yeah.
put in there.
Well, you just do a bit of
like
find extra
yeah,
example.
it's like Alicia said, breastfeeding your students.
Right, yeah, I love that. I love that. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you discussed individual students. Of course, I wouldn't do that for individual students. Like, come on. We would do the same for a revision at the beginning of the class. I wouldn't go the extra mile here, but for group classes, well,
5, 15. I think I'm done. I'm gonna quickly dash to the ladies' room before everybody gets in. Sorry, girls. I think I've calculated everything.
thank you.
Okay.
Hard work.
Yeah, girls, I need a minute to
So-
move in the shadow because I don't see anything.
Sure.
So, yes.
Okay, so basically you don't have to see anything now.
Yeah, it's
We have completed all the tasks. I
Okay,
think.
well, since
But
everything
with
is
Telegram,
counted,
I would agree with Alessa. That's huge work. So yeah, and I think that it suits everyone
I mean,
because
it
someone may be
depends.
shy to.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, if you have to find a phrase in the video, it's pretty much impossible. I think since you can't use anything like play phrase or something like
not?
that,
What I do
because
is
it's
I
too
just
short. I mean, it's too short. It's usually just one phrase.
so I just use
I mean-
English. I find the phrase using English,
English, yes, there is a
and I
special
go
site for
on
website.
YouTube, record my screen.
And you find this video, yeah?
Yeah,
In this case, yeah.
yeah. It's
So
not
because if you take it just from this website, it's usually just one phrase, and it's like there is no point in asking to hear a specific phrase since there's only one.
right. You can use English instead, and then it provides a link to YouTube.
With a few examples, yes.
Oi, thank you. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
So you
Marina, it's English.
you
Usually
it's like
provides
you
you with
and English,
some-
right? Smart.
Yeah.
Yes, there are
Right.
sometimes some extracts from TED Talks, for example. Oh, hello, Alina.
Oh, Alina.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
with
Thank
us
you.
today. So there you will find some TED Talks, for example, or some random videos from YouTube, and yeah, that's a very useful source. I
Yeah.
also sometimes resort to it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You
when
had such
necessary.
different vibes in your breakout room, ladies. Like one group was so
Basically, hurry up, hurry up.
so active, like yeah. And Evgenia and Christina, they were so thoughtful, like and calm. But it's because there were a different amount of people in breakout rooms. Like, oh,
We
Alina.
have a crowd.
Yes. What we did basically is we evaluated the activities we tried in our class, and it turned out that Telegram revision is useless stuff. Just like
A
no
loser.
one uses it. It's a loser, complete loser. Here takes a lot of time to prepare. That's true. Yeah, a lot of work. And then you just guess these phrases. It takes you 1 minute to guess the phrases probably, and it doesn't pay off maybe, but for a
Works wonders.
for a
But I
variety,
have to say, it was I was impressed. It just, I was blown away by the Telegram, what you were doing. So it is, I
It
can,
was worth it.
yes, definitely.
it's not my invention. It's do you know Anya Krylova?
Yes.
So I participated in her book club, and this is what she does for her speaking club, I think it was. And the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, that's
You mean with emojis? Yeah.
with this type of task. So this is the thing that she does for revision, and this is the first time I saw it actually. Someone doing it, that was cool. So yeah, now I do it, but not for every class because it's quite
I'm sorry. Do you mean all revisions on Telegram, or just the ones with emojis, or the ones with videos as well?
the ones I don't remember the types that she had, but she also used like memes. I mean, the thing that you put it on Telegram and you conduct revision
So
on
all
Telegram.
together, all of your
With these like
work,
spoilers as
But
answers.
with the spoilers, yeah, and with the reactions,
Mhm.
this is what Anya, I think, invented.
Mm.
This is where I saw it first time. So that's the reference. Okay, and now which activity scored more? 19. Okay, this one, vocabulary presentation, 22. And you ladies?
We didn't manage to finish the calculations, but it's 10 plus, okay, it's 15, 21 and a half. We have
Yeah.
21 and a half, nearly 22.
Yeah. Okay, this one. It's quite low prep. Yes, if you find, it wouldn't actually take much time even if you come up with the story yourself. You just need to have the vocabularies that you want to use, and then it depends on the story you want to share. This one as well, an absolute winner.
We have 25.
25. Yeah.
There are too many nuances sometimes to evaluate it properly.
That's true. It's not an absolutely, how to put it, like there are a lot of things it depends on.
It's not obvious, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, not completely objective, I would say. Personality unboxing. Well,
Oh, I forgot to score it.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
see that it's around
It's
20.
10, it's
18,
18. 18. We have 18.
with 10.
Mhm.
Right. Okay, this one, 20. The revision one. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I already asked some of you whether you use the activities and you said yes, and it makes me happy. Active listening especially, and I felt that. Okay, now ladies, we are getting even more creative. And we will work in teams again. In pairs, I suppose in pairs, it would be more manageable. The task is called Collaborative Mind, and this is where you are going to collaborate again. So I have certain situations, problems, maybe I can put it this way, that you may stumble upon when you're teaching. So you have to imagine that you're teaching this group of students and you have to solve this very problem. And your task will be to come up with an activity and explain why you use this activity. For example, do you see my screen now? I'm screen sharing.
Yes.
Yes, cool. Say you're teaching a mini group of 4 friends. This is important. They are friends. They knew each other before they started learning with you. So they are all adults with B2 level of English. And at first it seemed like perfect. The students already knew each other and they didn't really need those icebreakers and everything. However, after a couple of lessons, it turned out that learners tend to interrupt each other a lot during speaking activities, and they do not listen to each other, and it feels like a serious communicative problem. So what activities would you suggest to better communication? Okay, so you may think about all the activities that we tried and discussed, or you may come up with your own. You may come up with your own creative solution. That's the first one. The second is you are teaching an adult learner who is strongly against reading in class. Have you ever had such students who say, reading in class, I can perfectly read at home? So this is the problem you have to solve. And the third one is that you have a limited lesson preparation time, just like 15 minutes, and you have no materials at your disposal at all. Imagine you have nothing. There is a description of a class you have to prepare, so you can only use AI as a source to rely on. Here you need to, I don't ask you to write the CELTA-like lesson plan, of course, just like would you structure the class? Okay, what kind of activities would you come up with, and in what way would you use AI in this situation? Okay, amazing. So let me put, Marina, are you able to participate, or is it better to put you in a group of 3 people? So that I know.
Well, it's better to put me in the group of 3, but I will try to
Okay.
participate.
Okay, no problem. Then I'll have 2 groups. Let me think 1 second. Let me shuffle you. Alina, tell us how are you doing while I'm putting you in breakout rooms.
It's fun. I just had my speaking club, which is wrapped, and I was supposed to have another lesson, but it was canceled right the minute I sent the Zoom link. It is paid, but it's a blessing in disguise because I had this opportunity to see you all and to participate in a class. So I'm very happy.
That's good.
Such a wonderful coincidence.
Yeah, very nice.
Coincidence. Okay. A quick sec. Okay. Evgenia, Marina, and Tatiana, you're working together and you are the advocates group.
Advocates.
Right? Yes. Christina, Alesa, and Alina, you work together, ladies, and you are the tomatoes group. Okay. I hope you
No
don't.
mushrooms.
No mushrooms. You can pick mushrooms if you want to. If you're into mushrooms. Let's get started. Please choose a secretary as well, the person who's going to be typing. Here is the link, just in case. This is a Google Doc this time. Here.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a Google Doc.
Let me open it 1 sec. Oh, you should be able to edit it. Can you check it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yes,
it opened.
I guess we can. Yes, now we can do that.
Any questions?
And
For you? Okay. Can you only use the activities that we discussed, or can you come up with your own activities as well?
Our own as well.
Any activities.
Yeah, any activities whatsoever. Okay.
Such a situation?
No,
Me
Um,
too. Neither.
No, I have a mini group. There are two sisters. They tend to kind of interrupt each other, but not because they're not actively listening, but because they are just super excited. It's, you know, they
Mhm.
are grown-ups and sometimes they don't see each other, like our lessons, like kind of the only opportunity for them to chat.
Mhm.
But I would, I'm thinking about, like, of course, if they already know each other, probably the activity we did last lesson about, you know, spotting a lie maybe wouldn't work that well, because probably it would be very difficult for them to come up with something. But I'm thinking of maybe given this task, yeah, to listen actively, and then like you listen and then you maybe need to sum up everything, and or the way we did it with vocabulary, like the person who's listening has to spot the vocabulary, yeah, the person used. I think it can help them just to be more concentrated. Yeah. What-
active listening tasks with a brief summary. Yeah, followed up by a brief summary
Mhm.
from another student, and it's going to be like a surprise for them who is going to give this summary. Yeah, or follow
Mhm.
up by brief summary.
Or you know, this activity when you tell a story, but like one person begins, then like give 3 sentences, then another person has to continue.
Like, I mean, we shouldn't use it all the way through, like through the lesson,
No,
because
of course,
it-
but it's only one
yeah,
of the
for
tools
certain
that
for
may
certain
work.
tasks, yeah.
At the beginning, maybe it would be
Mm-hmm.
necessary to show, yeah, how it's important to listen to each other, and they, once they get used to it, we just, yeah, sign of relief,
Yes, yes, yes.
and that's all.
Yeah. As soon as we feel like, well, it is needed now. Yeah, maybe needed at the start of the class. Okay.
And maybe again, like different roles, these tasks when students are assigned roles, that can help them, because I mean they know what they have to do the following, like, or like there is one student who has to monitor everybody's like performance, write down some things, and
Oh,
if
we have
everybody
4 of
interrupts each
them,
other,
by the way. Yes,
We have 4 of
roles,
them.
a good one.
yes. So and if
Certain
they
roles,
interrupt each
yes.
other, the person, yes, who has to write everything down would be annoyed, and he would probably tell them to shut up and go one by one instead of you.
Yeah, so it's not you who,
It's
yeah,
not you.
like interrupt
And
them,
since they're
but
all friends, I think
one
that
of the,
they,
yeah.
yeah, they are kind of close, and they can like they can somehow
Be rude to
I
each
mean,
other.
yeah, they can was like tell each other off.
Yeah, active listening, will we add it to the list? No?
Yeah, that might be added because that's a tool to use. Yeah. Active listening tasks. Active.
I suggest that we get back to rationale afterwards. Yeah, we first maybe come up with the tasks because it may take too much time.
Okay.
Sorry, girls. Are we discussing the second one?
No,
Yeah,
not
let's
yet.
get to the second one. Yeah, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, we have 5 minutes.
You are
Yeah.
teaching an adult learner who's strongly against reading in class. Convinced it's a waste of time, you can be done at home. They often question your expertise when it comes to reading.
Maybe these bite-sized reading tasks where you need to read a small extract, not the whole text, and then add a lot of bite-sized activities. Like Dasha did. Then it doesn't feel like this time-consuming reading task. Yeah, again, because I'm such an adult. I also don't like reading a lot. So it seems to me that
same
it's a waste
here.
of time.
Like, yes, like a whole page for a B1 student, for example, it would take him like 10.
Back to
I just had this idea. I don't know whether it suits here or not. Just, when we interrupt each other, because I think English speaking people, they are like Russian culture is more like monologue based, yeah. But for English people, English speaking people, it is maybe more common have this interaction where there is like a lot of interaction, yeah. Maybe we can teach them some, I don't know, some speaking patterns they can use when they are about to interrupt kind of each other. And it will probably, I don't know, like if they are aware of it, it will probably also make them, I don't know, pace themselves a little bit because they need to think of how they are going to do that. I don't know if it makes sense.
Definitely does. There is also a cultural component to it because some cultures tend to know when is it the time for you to start speaking. And Alessia, actually, speaking of the word that we were discussing yesterday from your vocabulary chunk thing, get a word in edgewise. So sometimes it can be hard to figure out when is the perfect moment to like squeeze in and say something, right? So maybe they need to know what the phrases are to actually do this. Yeah, I love this idea, Christina.
I think in the article, the power of talk, there was something like that. Like when it is too long or too short and people are from different cultures, it's a bit challenging. Yeah,
that's true. There is one nice video about it. I will send you.
Okay.
What was the phrase, girls, before they can butt into?
Yeah, so the phrase was get a word in edgewise. I'm gonna
and there was another
edgeways.
Edgeways, yeah, and there was another one. Butting into a conversation, yeah?
Oh, you know the UK version edgeways. I know the American one, edgewise.
Okay,
I see, yeah, both of them work.
I want to know an American one actually.
But into I was is it like this? So shall we have a look at the second one?
Sure.
Yeah. So you are teaching an adult learner who is strongly against reading in class. They're convinced it's a waste of time. They often question your expertise when it comes to reading and complete such tasks with skepticism. What activities would you suggest to change this attitude?
Maybe, yeah, I actually see.
We have got a queen of reading here with us.
Maybe micro, yeah.
Micro learning, yeah. Going micro 100%. Making sure that the topics align with their interests is not just random, it's something that they can benefit from, it's practically oriented, so that they see the point, or try to explain the rationale. Maybe actually have like a little 5-10 minute session when you discuss the importance of it, because sometimes people do not understand why you're doing something. So when you know why, you understand the need. So maybe this conversation can help. because people have no idea what the learning process should look like sometimes, or they may struggle from, their trauma, academic trauma. Maybe they hated reading when they were kids or something like that. So yeah, little psycho session.
I think using reading as like not for the sake of reading, but just for the sake of speaking and just vocabulary work, all this jazz. Because at home when they read, usually they just read. If you don't give them a task, I don't know, read and then reflect, like in a voice message or something like that, they read and it kind of okay, like in one ear and out the other, yeah, and they forget what they read about. But in class, when you work with this text in detail, yeah, maybe piece by piece, like first you read one chunk, yeah, we like with Dasha we did, yeah, the second lesson, I guess, yeah, like there's different reading activities.
And if they're reading out loud, they can use this
that are connected with some problems of the hustle culture, maybe, like this and this. Do you agree? How far do you agree with that?
We had this activity today, yes, as we didn't have it today, but we analyzed it today, where they needed to put our faces on the scale, yeah, to see how far we agree with that. Maybe that might be similar.
Yes, if we have templates, but no materials at our disposal.
Okay.
Can we use some templates in this case? Will that be considered to be no materials?
These templates.
Templates are at our disposal.
Okay, templates are at your disposal. You have
okay.
Okay. So generate some statements and use this opinion gallery. Opinion
gallery in brackets. Opinion.
Maybe then generate like a little text. If it's a good text, we can use
text may need some corrections, and we have only 15 minutes. We may ask.
It can be like you can just again make like some bite-sized like sentences quickly. Ask ChatGPT to come up with them, and then just take some vocabulary out of there and make it like a bit of like a dogme lesson.
So maybe we are to come up with some words that can be related to the topic, and then ask ChatGPT or something, to create these match definitions with the words task. Yeah, like first think of the words that are related.
The second part taken out. Yeah, just give me a moment. Taken out. Yeah, and here.
Then to think of the context in which these can be used in terms of the top, like
come up with a set of related vocabulary, with a set of related phrases,
and then this match definition with the word task.
Difficult. Limited preparation time, 15 minutes. Hustle culture. Come up with a lesson plan, considering you have no time to read like articles. So AI is the only source.
I would definitely start with, on Twee, if you use Twee, there is this function like 3 or 4 opinions. I don't remember, 4 different opinions. I would just like as a lead in, come up with 4 opinions on hustle culture. They will read like which one is more relatable to you, like as a lead in, and it takes like 2 minutes. Yes.
Lead in.
Yeah, girls got it. Opinion gallery. This is how it's called. Right about. We're gonna steal it. Another crime. Look at us criminals here.
We still like an artist,
It's just inspiration. Sorry.
Choose the one that applies to you. Next one.
Oh, well, ask ChatGPT to give us the article.
Or the whole lesson plan.
The whole lesson, in my experience,
better not to do that.
So every time I create lessons, I use this structure like Socratic questions. So you start with reasons, you analyze what's happening now, you try to come up with predictions, how it's about to roll it in the future. So like this is the set that we can use here as well. Yeah, so create a text basically.
I remember that you have in your input, like you can ask it to provide you with links just for you not to
The
do it.
article, yeah.
But again, you have no time to read the articles. That's
Mhm.
But you can ask it, say you found an article and you scan it and you see that it's okay, like it may work in your classroom. So you may ask ChatGPT to summarize the article.
Mhm.
Just put it there, ask it to summarize and use the summary instead of the full article.
Or like, yeah, just dialogues. And there we can fish out some expressions on how to say that you are just overwhelmed, and we can focus on that in terms of hustle culture. I mean, like dog me is live, right? We can just brainstorm without even a thing. It's something that I do pretty often because one of the course I'm teaching is just total freestyle. So I can just find memes, find pictures, articles, like on when I'm given such an opportunity.
Yeah.
Girls, please help me here. What's next? So we will have to get, but how, 15 minutes?
I'm sorry to cut you off. We can
Actively to each other, then, or it may be a debate with some target vocabulary.
If they are capable of
Girls, I'm sorry, but I have to go. Dasha,
Okay.
I have to go. Yes, and everybody. So
That's a pity.
thank you for
Thank you,
everything.
yeah, for
So much.
joining.
Hope to
Thank
see
you.
you, and we are
Yeah.
still in touch in our chat, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Yeah,
And
bye bye,
goodbye.
bye
Have a
everybody.
lovely Saturday.
Bye.
Yes, okay. Will I have the recording of the last part?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Yeah,
Okay, nice. Okay,
of
thank
course.
you, girls. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
So that is, well, we include the active listening part. Just there is a question how it is organized, active listening part.
I mean, you are planning to include some questions where they have to listen actively to each other?
Yeah. Our previous task is a text. Oh, it's not a text, it's a video. And with the related questions offered by AI. And then while the people in the group answer these related questions, someone else, another person in the group is given the task to listen actively and to point down the phrases which were used, or to take the notes of the three main ideas while another student is answering.
Yeah, why not? And the video, how are you going to find the video in such?
We may ask AI to find it for us. You mentioned that about an article.
Yes.
I guess the same goes for video materials.
And I just told
Why not?
ladies in another breakout rooms that you can ask, if you don't really have time to watch it even, you can ask AI to summarize it for you and just read the summary of it. But of course, it's
cheating.
It's in, yes, you better watch it because you never know, like you need to watch the materials, okay, before using them in the class, right?
So for 15 minutes, I guess it's quite a plan. Quite a good
All righty. Congratulations, ladies. You managed to come up with a lesson plan in 5 minutes. And you professionals, I think you are. Okay, let's briefly discuss your ideas because I'm very curious. Let's start with the first one. Yeah, a group of friends. What are your ideas? Ladies, avocados. Who's going to report? Choose a person who is reporting in your group.
All right, maybe we'll just do it one by one. Yeah, I might report on the first one, then Tatiana on the
Okay.
next one, just not to,
Yeah.
not to make someone speaking all the time and others being silent. Okay, so we believe in setting some rules, classroom rules. What you are taught, what I was taught when I was doing CELTIL, that is CELTA, but for young learners, just setting rules and starting every class with the images of the rules which we follow in the classroom. The same thing here with 4 friends of B2 level, being in one class, interrupting each other and so on, which can really bring some problems to a teacher. Well, then also using ICQs and CCQs as well, because we need to check how far they understand it. Or maybe some of them just do not manage to keep up with the whole group and with what you are trying to present. We thought of a punishment system, but not too strict. Like those people who break the rules, who keep breaking the rules, they get some additional tasks, like preparing a sentence or
Extra home assignments.
Yes, right. Just some extra
Writing home
homework
assignments.
can be an additional task and so on. Okay. Well,
What a girl.
As for setting
Thanks, teacher.
roles, that was an activity of someone being of someone looking at the time, someone summarizes, someone takes notes, and so on. But sometimes it might not work that well with the group of the people who are not so obedient. They might forget about their roles, or you need to remind about those, which might distract your lesson. But okay, it depends. Active listening tasks, again, it makes those talkative people or those who are likely to interrupt shut up for a period, yes, just which makes them listening actively. Or maybe if they are supposed to put down the phrases or the active vocabulary items they have to hear, you might give them a special template which they fill in, because if it is just a sheet of paper, they might be not so well prepared to do that, or just fail to do that, or whatever. Just whatever you try, you should be prepared that it will not work perfect. It will not work wonders from the very first time. Yeah.
Sure, for sure. It's like anything in teaching, basically.
Yes, right. I agree.
It just may not work. You should be ready for it. Okay, thank you. As for the rules system, what do you ladies think from the tomatoes? What do you think about setting rules? Because I think you didn't have this one, yeah?
No, we didn't.
No rules. Okay. What's your take on the rules?
Well, it's a good idea. I think it depends on the group, of course, but I know that some people are really competitive, and it might do the trick for some people, even in online environments. I think maybe just some stickies, like you're collecting some stickies, and at the end of their, I don't know, month, maybe the winner can choose, I don't know, something like warm-up activity tailored to their needs, and everyone wants to win. Maybe something like that. Why not?
So maybe not
element.
maybe instead of a punishment system, it is better to apply the reward.
Reward system.
Yeah, so
Just for fun, you know.
Like carrot and stick, but only carrot.
Yes, yeah. Maybe that work better for them, but again, depends whether they are competitive or not and stuff. If you watched I Wish I Knew conference, there was a speaker, if I'm not mistaken, it was Inga Tsirentiva, and I think, or maybe not Inga, a speaker who is teaching students at the military academy.
Yes, I remember this one.
Yeah.
Irina Murok.
Irina, right. Sorry.
Oh.
Yes. And she is using the system of rules because her students are all adult men who misbehave. But it works for them, and they start acting childish, sort of, but it works. Like if they break the rules 3 times, she reports to the someone.
If they start swearing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a bit of a different problem, but I think it may work wonders in this situation as well. Right. So rules may work. Right. But okay, active listening, all the buzz. Okay, I see active listening here as well. Ladies, who's going to report? Choose a person.
Okay, I can report. So we agree with active listening and maybe giving a brief summary, and it can be both summary on the content and on the language.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, we were thinking of finding the reasoning behind that. Maybe there are some problems. I don't know. Maybe there is a person who tends to interrupt. Like there is only one person. Maybe I don't know. Maybe to just tackle this problem. Maybe have a talk with this person. Yeah. Sometimes people even don't notice maybe that they're doing that. Yeah. We were also thinking of setting a timer, like you only have 3 minutes, and it works wonders not only to solve this problem, but also just for people to learn how to be more concise, because it's also a problem. Yeah. It's my problem. I sometimes tend to ramble, for example. And also we had this idea of working with cultural differences, because like English language is more, the conversations are more two-sided, I would say. Like they tend to interrupt each other more often than Russian people, and the pauses are maybe not that long. Yeah, like and we were thinking of maybe working with this and introducing some phrases you can actually use for kind of interrupting. And it will, like, not only will it work wonders in terms of language, but also knowing that they need to use those phrases, they will probably put more effort into that. They will pace themselves, and maybe there won't be that much interruption because they will need to consider the language as well.
So you sort of distract them with the language, and they shift the focus, right?
Yeah.
Or if
So
they
It's
have
like
to choose
I
different
had it.
if they have to choose different phrases every time they interrupt, they might notice how often they actually do it.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Like in a board game I've recently played. So
Yeah.
yes, maybe you've heard about this board game, like Dangerous Words, опасные слова. Maybe someone has played it. No? Yeah, there is one card where it's mentioned that every time you are to guess the word that is being explained by another person, yeah, you have to start with some, some words. Like «Я съем свою шляпу, если это не...» something like that. And it really distracts you. And so, yeah, a good trick.
Prompts you to be more attentive.
Yes, it's hard to switch between the tasks.
Okay. I have a question concerning the second solution about finding the root cause. It's giving off psychology vibes. Like, is it our job to do? That's just a question.
I mean, sometimes you can get it from the group dynamics, especially if you have experience in teaching and you can clearly read people. I think this is something that we all do, maybe subconsciously, but it's somewhere like deeply ingrained. So I guess that maybe you wouldn't identify it like right away, but you can just get some, clues, signs here and there and come up with your own picture. But maybe it's just distorted image. So you need to double check whether your perception of the situation is actually accurate or not.
Good take. Yeah, right. But I personally think that yes, it is our job.
Speaking of going the extra mile, here we go, right?
Here we go. But yeah, if you want class dynamic to be effective, this is what you have to do, right? Right. Okay. Moving on to another one. Beautiful ideas. Love all of them. Now, the second one, reading.
So yes, we came up with a few ideas which could work. So not sure, but still, we are to try. The first thing that we are suggesting doing is yeah, bite-sized reading activities like we did in class, for example. Yeah, that you don't need to read the whole text, the whole article. That is really time and energy consuming. So you are offered to read one small extract, and then you pay attention to some details like vocabulary, whatever, like what is the purpose. It depends. Yeah, then yeah, they are vocabulary focused. Then what was also offered is to try given reading plus vocabulary work as a part of homework. If I got it right, so it was suggested by Marina that this way we are to show our students that sometimes it's necessary to read with a teacher. Because if you do it alone, you may not get some things, for example, how to work with vocabulary, how to use it effectively, how to work with it, how to use it in the context. Yeah, and you may just, when you get it as your home assignment, what students usually do is that they just translate the words and they don't go further. Like they don't look up these words in a dictionary. They don't check the context, connotation. I don't know anything. And then, yeah, it turns out that they don't know how to use it. Yeah, outside of this text, maybe how to apply it in some other contexts. So, if I got it right, maybe Evgenia will.
It is, yeah. It was the idea actually.
Yeah,
But,
so I got it right.
yeah.
Okay, and the last one was suggested by me to conceal, so to speak, the reading task. So to transform it into a voice message, we may ask this AI tool to voice some part of the text for us. And of course, some other senses will be engaged, yeah, and will be listening rather than reading, but still if we need some information from the text, yeah, we are going to work with it in the class. We need to present it somehow. Then why not? We can try voicing it with an AI tool or ourselves. Yeah, it's not a problem, I guess. And yeah, so one of the options.
Love it. Conceal it or ask AI to read the first paragraph and say we are doing listening today, you know, and then the rest of the texts they are reading, but they don't even notice it first.
Gaslighting. That's
Yeah, or
gaslighting.
we may also present a text but with gaps. Yeah, and or maybe one that we forgot to note down is that we may do this ordering task, like to put paragraphs into the correct order. Yeah, and so we are not just reading, we're putting the extracts into the correct order. So maybe change it a little bit so that it's not just reading, but something else.
Right. Okay. The third one sounds like a punishment, you know. You may give them an over complicated text.
Yeah, teach them a lesson.
You're
Exactly.
teaching them a lesson.
So you don't know how to deal with that.
Learn it
So-
the hard way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to learn the hard way that they need to read with a teacher, however doubtful.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we may try.
But may as well work.
Well, it may.
Might.
It might. Okay. Cool. Tomatoes. Alina, would you present the ideas?
Yeah, so we absolutely agree with this bite-sized learning, right? Micro learning. Then we may use reading as a canvas, right? So we can use it in order to look for some words or have a discussion, brainstorming, reflecting, opinion sharing, all this kind of stuff. Even this activity with interactive read, where we were reading, but at the same time thinking whether it's something that we can apply to our own lives, or maybe it's something that would never work for us. It also, you know, makes your brain work, right, in a little bit of a different direction. So this one is also nice. Then this activity by Anastasia Kichkirova, where you're supposed to read the text, but you need to imagine that you are like a sales assistant or a politician, right? Or like you are about to seduce someone, right? And you need to focus on the voice. So it's quite interesting as well. And then Christina actually shared this amazing idea of disappearing dialogues, which works like this scaffolding thing. When in the beginning you have some prompts, right, the part of the text, then it starts disappearing, and then they're forced to use their brain and come up with something of their own ideas. So it's also a way to, you know, try to blur this line, what is reading and what is not. And I just also came up with an idea. Maybe we can, in terms of lesson design, maybe like the literal design, maybe we can make it as Insta posts, for example, right? Or like a newsletter, just spice it up so that it looks like something that they can see in real life. Maybe they have like TikTok brain in this case, like make a caption and then that's going to be it. So just trying to play with that can also work. Depends on the person.
Yeah.
But again, how do they disappear?
How does it disappear? Yeah, that's my question.
Christina, the floor is yours.
Usually it works. Thank you. It works with dialects, but I actually even use it with the text when we were working with irregular verbs. Like we had this story, just a simple story with a girl, and first we read the whole story out loud. When the next slide, like on Miro, there was like the same story, but some of the phrases were hidden, and she had to read the same story.
Hidden like with a marker.
Come again?
Like with marker,
Like I hid some words in the same text. Yeah, I just hid them.
I guess it's one of the functions that you have on Mira, right?
Yeah, just.
So I'm not familiar with those.
I'll show you once we finish.
Yeah, then
okay.
We did the same thing. When the next thing, the same text, but more words are hidden. And at the end, there are like, sometimes there's nothing, sometimes there are just a couple of words, and the student sees that they actually can like recollect the whole text. And it works wonders. And with my students, in terms of irregular verbs, it was perfect because she nailed everything, and I guess it really helps her to remember them better. So yeah.
Brilliant. That sounds.
It's active retention, actually, right? Instead of rereading, it forces your brain to think. So it's just
that's
how we do it.
Daria Maslovska. I learned it from Daria Maslovska, lexical approach queen. So it's great.
Anastasia Kichkirova, right? This one, this activity.
Yep.
This one from Daria. Thank you, ladies. Maslovska. Right. Okay. And the last one, limited lesson preparation time. Do you ever have this? Do you ever?
Yes.
Okay, just 15 minutes. You came up with beautiful lesson plans, actually. Very workable, I believe. Evgenia, would you please share your plan?
Yeah, I'm not an expert on AI, but happily we had the ideas here to share, but mainly now when I'm looking at them, they are mainly similar to what teachers do, no matter if they have AI as their tool or they don't. And I still maybe you have read a book which is called Lessons from Nothing. There are also the activities which can be similar to what we have come up with. So generate some statements. Yeah, so just to ask AI to do these things for us, to generate some statements, to prepare an opinion gallery. You all know what it is. Then a set of related vocabulary items which we need to concentrate on while we are discussing, reading, watching, whatever. Then the definitions matching activities here, then also the bite-sized sentences with the vocabulary items taken out, and also we planned to find a video which is based on the topic, and then to generate the related questions. And in that part, we might involve active listening. So to give a part of students the task to note down the phrases, the active from the active vocabulary, which they hear while others are answering. That's it. Mhm.
Just to summarize, or again, how we did,
Yeah, I want
like
to summarize the points.
try to reflect what was said.
Using the
by
phrase.
non-person.
And these phrases, you just come up with a set of related.
No, we ask AI.
AI to come up, yeah, with
But
a set
then,
of phrases.
but then why do you watch the video? I mean, what's the rationale of watching the video?
What's the rationale of watching the video? That's an element of the lesson. Like you mean they have already seen the phrases, then they do not need to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a vocabulary focused lesson,
Mhm.
why do you need?
We use vocabulary while answering the questions after watching.
Mhm.
So we have questions to the video, and we are to answer them with the help of this vocabulary that we learned in the vocabulary focused task.
Like that video will serve as another source of language, like the language input, what or where they can get the ideas from.
That's my question. Is it a source of content or a source of language? A source of
I think
ideas
that is
or a source of language?
the source of language mostly.
Then we would probably take the language from the video that we present here.
No, I was also thinking about rather some ideas that could be taken from the video, because we're to discuss questions, yeah, and vocabulary we already have. I thought that we're going to do it this way. We have vocabulary from the second task. We use it while answering the questions to the video.
And video.
No, we are not supposed to take any vocabulary deliberately from the video.
But it might be repeated there. Yeah.
Might be.
Yes,
Might
but
be.
not
That's
deliberately. They
normal.
may note down something if they want, but it's not the purpose.
Right.
No.
It may work both ways. I'm just asking. Just curious. What would you
15
how would you approach it? Ladies from different room. Video as a source of what?
Well, I would take it like as a source of content. Maybe, yeah, like Tanya said, yeah, discuss the video using the vocabulary that you already introduced. Yeah, why not?
I would also.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main problem is that AI may generate some stupid vocabulary that is unnecessary, but we may give a precise maybe task, try to describe it
Sometimes
as precise as possible.
I once asked it to generate vocabulary on the topic, and it was nice. I was surprised.
Hustle culture is quite a wide topic.
But again, you
So-
choose, you pick the vocabulary items that's better, right? Okay, and we have the second lesson plan. Alice, I think the floor is yours.
Okay, so I think we start with a similar idea as the girls, opinion gallery, and present like different statements. So the students can choose the ones that apply to them, or one that applies, and then again ask ChatGPT to find and summarize the article, and use it with an emoji task or interactive read, similar to the ones you used, the ones we've evaluated sometime before, today. And after that, again, using ChatGPT or TWE to generate vocabulary from the article and prepare some activities, again, with the help, using maybe like pros and cons activities or completing sentences with this vocabulary. So something less time consuming. 15 minutes.
More vocabulary focused, because you have like here you focus on vocabulary.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
What with the design?
Well,
Where do we?
we don't need design for every class. If you have a limited time, then content matters more than design, I believe.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I actually have this class about hustle culture that I prepared with the help of AI. I think your plans are beautiful. I have similar in a way. So here first, I just asked people to brainstorm. We packed this hustling values. So we brainstormed the values of hustlers. What do these people believe in? And then I asked AI to generate 2 short texts about positive and negative sides of hustle culture. And I took vocabulary from these 2 extracts. It generated nice texts. So I basically took vocabulary from the texts it generated. And I asked people to put phrases in 2 different categories before we read. So first it was covered like this. It's an old plan. I don't really remember, sorry, what we did, but I tried to recall. So first it was covered like this. We put vocabulary in 2 different categories. Like, for example, your career takes the main seat. Okay, this is a negative thing, but it helps you push, it pushes you to strive for your best. That's probably a positive side of it, or instills a powerful work ethic, right? So we worked with the vocabulary here, then after that they read the text, and then we just had discussion, basically. Easy breezy. Similar, I think, to what you came up with. Beautiful, ladies. Thank you. I think now we have one collaborative brain.
Big brain.
Picking each other's brains. This is awesome. You will have the access to this doc. Yeah. So if you want to get back, where is our board? Here it is. You can always find it here, right? Do you have any questions about anything? Reading, AI, mirror design? Oh, how to hide things on mirror? I don't know, Christina, what you meant, like hiding.
Don't you just with this object like you just
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
This.
Ah, this way. I thought that it really like disappears or something like that. You know,
But
like
it's
on
like,
Telegram.
because you put one text, like I delete one text and then like for students it looks like magic because you delete the first text and
Yes.
wow.
And then you, yeah.
You basically
Okay.
cover it with another object. But you
I
can
also-
also do this. You can highlight and choose black if your text is black, and you do this. Or any other color
Makes
based.
sense.
Yeah. But sometimes my students told me that they can somehow see it. Well,
Yes.
it is
If
visible.
they try hard, yeah. But if it's even if it's black,
Even if it's black. Yeah, you see, this is black. And it's still visible.
Focus for
Like
dark
blue.
Don't do it next time. You spoil the activity.
you make the letters white, and then this white you cover it with white. Maybe this way. Okay.
But it like doesn't make sense.
Then it's like
It takes too much time.
okay.
Yeah, too many little movements to make. Yeah.
Necessary work, right? Okay. Any other questions? You can ask each other, not only me. You're curious. Okay.
I want to thank you, Dasha, and all the girls. It was amazing to meet all of you and to get some of your ideas. I'm full of inspiration now. Just need time to digest, implement, and it's been a really unforgettable journey. Feeling a little bit sad that it's coming to the end.
Thank you, ladies. I'm also very happy. That was I love this course because for me it was it let me unleash my creativity, and I didn't have to force myself, because by the end of the year, I already felt so tired that I couldn't I couldn't prepare proper lessons as I felt in May, for example. But during this course, I kind of managed, because I have the whole week to prepare just one class, and it's a difference. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. It was a pleasure working with you. I will be launching long-term courses in September. I will send you an invitation. If you feel like joining, join. If you don't feel like joining, it's okay. No hard feelings. I just wish you a great end of summer. You have 1 more month to digest all the information, to get ready for a new school year. Please take proper rest before you
Likewise.
start
Yeah,
work
thank you.
full swing. Thank you so much. Any questions, suggestions, ideas? We have our chat. Let's keep in touch. You have all the materials here. You can freely use them anytime. I don't mind. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
everyone.
Alicia.
One last thing to put your name and surname somewhere in our chat or in private messages, because I will prepare certificates for you, and I need your full names. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank
in
you.
our chit chat or
The chat or in private messages, anywhere.
okay,
Better not
Good
chit chat
deal.
or important info. If you, yeah, it would be better. Okay.
Deal.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
We hope to see you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Bye.
see you.
I see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.